Okay, so let's talk about why modern comics suck, okay? Now, this is my 100th video. If you are new to the channel, welcome and thank you for finding me on this milestone. If you are a regular, this video is because of you. I asked you guys if you wanted me to do a regular video or something a bit more controversial, and 90% of you voted for controversial. So we're going to talk about why modern comics suck, okay? Now, just a word of caution, some of you are not going to agree with what I'm going to say in this video, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? This is just my opinion on the subject. But the reason why modern comics suck is purely because all comics suck. And you're probably thinking, Matt, how on earth could you say something like that? Comics are your life. You've been reading them for over 30 years. You've got 4,500 comics above you, and that's exactly why I can say that. You know, I've read some of the classics. I've been there through the speculator, you know, the boom and the bust. I've read modern day comics and I've read everything in between. Don't get me wrong, I've not read every comic, but I've read, you know, a good, 10, 12,000 of them over the years. So I know what a good comic and a bad comic is. But the problem we've got is the majority of them are not good. But the point is, I love them. And the reason why I can say that is because, again, I've got 4,500 in the loft above me, and I love all of them. The majority of them are worth absolutely nothing, but pure law of averages, every publisher that puts out a book, the majority of them are not going to be home runs, greatest hits. And exactly the same, when a band brings a new album out, and there's a reason why not every track on that album is going to be a #1 hit, because there's going to be better ones, there's going to be worse ones, there's going to be some middle ones, and comics are exactly the same. If we look at just, the pure law of averages, between Marvel, DC, Image, and all the smaller, publishers that there are out there, they're going to be putting around, 300 books a month out. Not every one of them is going to be absolutely fantastic, is it? And again, no one is going out there to make a bad comic. Everyone is putting their heart and their soul into making comics. I know this because I make comics myself. But the quality is going to vary depending on very, very different things, okay? So this is why I wanted to do this video, because I think we have too much anger towards comics as an industry, saying, comics suck because X, Y, and Z. And they really don't. I've read my fair share. I've read a lot of people's fair shares of comics. And yes, there are some fantastic comics out there. Every, 10 comics that comes out, one of them is going to be absolutely fantastic. But there are going to be some, middle of the road comics. There are going to be some comics that are subpar. Doesn't matter, because someone's comic is always going to be someone's first comic. And they're going to fall in love with the medium like we all did. And that passion, that excitement and that love for the medium is just going to grow over the years. I'm a prime example of that. Again, been reading comics for over 30 years. I reread the first comic that I bought, a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't the greatest comic in the world, but at the time when I was like 8 or 9, it blew my mind. So regardless if you like a comic, doesn't matter, because for every comic that you don't like, someone else has loved it. And that's the point. Not every comic is for you, not every comic is for that person, not every comic is for that person, but comics are for everybody. So it doesn't matter whether you dislike them, because someone else does, okay? So yes, comics do suck, can suck, will suck, but not to someone else, okay? Comics, I love you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel over the last 2 years. Hopefully we can make some more videos together, and I just want to say a big thank you to you all. So I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.